talking to a dead woman in a tree. Sometimes you just need to do that. And, can move on here and see what happens.
17 and a half.
6 3/4. The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Aloth frowns. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What was that about a dwarf?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What makes you think I was interested in a dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
I've been out of sorts lately. Of course, we all got our bad days when we stand perfectly still and stare at corpses for a while without blinking. He winks. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war. Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Fellow decides he's the living incarnation of Eothas. Overthrows Ridceris, marches on Deerwood, so we gave him a Deerwood and hello. What's the Deerwood and hello?
We blew him up.
He smiles at this, but it is the smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. Who is Eothas? God of rebirth and redemption. Formerly, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. I had other questions. I got time. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Radric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk. I think that's how you pronounce that. Plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward. So Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on a tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Radric, then for protecting me. What does this town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Vathus worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, Then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the Legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Alof glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? He gives a half smile. Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Wayden's legacy started with Wayden. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Caed Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that.
Who are you calling strange?
But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Let's get going. Right, so we got a new character, and also I have 2 characters ready to level up. I wonder when they got to that point. Must have been yesterday. Alright, let's see. Survival. Another survival. What does survival do exactly? Allows characters to choose from a variety of long-term bonuses each time they camp. After the 6th ranked, previously earned bonuses become more powerful. I can see that being useful. Mechanics can be for whoever I set to use as a thief. My barbarian's not going to be a lore dude. Adventuring is tiring work in addition to the hazards of Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat! Adventurers have walls to climb, rivers to cross, and pits to leap over. Once per encounter, characters with athletics can use the second wind ability to recover lost endurance. Higher athletic skill increases the effect of second wind. He doesn't have enough to use athletics anyway. And stealth I'm not particularly worried about. So we'll hold on to that point. Ooh, we have barbarian abilities. Barbaric Yell lets out a terrifying yell, frightening enemies in the area of effect. Savage Defiance. Barbarian channels his or her own irrepressible determination, regenerating a large amount of endurance. Once per encounter, he basically can heal himself. That looks nice. Blood it. Causes a barbarian to lash out when in pain, granting a bonus to damage for as long as his or her endurance is below 50. Okay. Wild Sprint. Becomes able to charge with reckless abandon, allowing him or her to ignore the movement stop of engagement and gain bonus to all defenses against its engagement attacks. I'm gonna go with Savage Defiance. I like the idea that he can just kind of heal himself. Alof, what do you have going on? Okay, you're gonna be my lore dude because you already have 7 in it. And I seem to remember the last time I messed around with this game, I had you doing a little bit of mechanical work. So I think I'm going to give you one more lure, a point in mechanics, a point in survival for damage reduction. Call that quits. Okay, spells. I don't remember which spells were good in this game. In a little bit I played of it before. Creates a bizarre and perplexing visual distraction, confusing enemies in the area of effect. Okay. Binding web. Well, I could pick 2 spells. Stuck for 3.9 seconds. Creates a mystic shield around the caster, suffusing them with bonuses to burn, freeze, corrode, and shock. Is it just them? Yeah. Combusting wounds. I seem to remember using combusting wounds before. Eats away at the target's spirit, inflicting corrosive damage and converting that essence into endurance for the caster. That sounds somewhat useful. Curse of Blackened Sight, blinds targets. Fetid Caress. Target becomes paralyzed, afflicted with boiling pustules of foul-smelling liquid that erupt from their skin, sickening those nearby. Now, when it says sickening those nearby, is that everybody? Or is that just the enemy? Infuse a vital essence. Infuses caster with vitality, giving them a temporary increased maximum endurance and health. Merciless Gaze. Able to see an enemy's weaknesses and vulnerabilities so they were physically tangible, increasing the chance of landing a critical hit. That's just for the caster, though. Mirrored Image. Duplicates of the caster to distract enemies, granting a high deflection bonus, which is reduced for each hit taken. That sounds almost like... That sounds like that would be good. Necrotic Lance. I seem to remember Necrotic Lance being decent. Burn damage anyone caught in a ray. Rolling Flame. Creates a rebounding ball of fire, inflicting burn damage upon anyone in its path. I'm gonna go with this. I seem to remember corrode damage being good for some reason. So I'm gonna go with my instincts. Alright. Let's see what we have to do here. We could go to Caed Nua. Travel to Caed Nua. Southeast of Gilded Vale past Black Meadow. I'll have to travel there if I'm to speak to Murwald. Okay. Let's get out of here. For the moment. Ooh, we got a ways to go to get there. Gilded Vale. We gotta go through Magrin's Fork, apparently. Take you 4 hours to complete your journey from Gilded Vale to Magrin's Fork. I do still have the side quest, but I do think I'm going to wait a bit until I get a couple more party members. I'm sure somebody's going to be popping up here. I also got to play around with my computer a bit because I had plans to set up a macro that held tab down for me so I didn't have to keep doing it on my keyboard, and it did not work earlier. What do you have here? Eater. Defender. Fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on locking down the enemies who stray too close. At the expense of deflection. Okay, so it kind of looks like a tank thing. Crucible of the Soul. Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. Does it like heal you? Gaining endurance. Drains 11.5 burn damage as endurance. Oh, okay. That sounds useful. I don't remember that being a thing on my other character I had.
Hey.
Die, wolf. Alright, I'll take your skin, if you don't mind. I'm gonna do the cautious thing and stick to the road for a moment. Hey, it's a statue.
Saw you in the flames.
I know who you are. I remember you. The statue of Magrin, goddess of war and flame. Dozens of names have been scratched into the stone at her feet. Supplicants seeking her blessing. I remember you. Squatting at the base of this statue is an incredibly ugly man with bulging red cheeks raked by pox scars and a scraggly beard. He is sweating as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows. But that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap. And then out of nowhere is the hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue?
Yes! The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it, and slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway. I swear before the whore that is Magrin, no harm will come to you in her shadow, if that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
A staff rests easily in his hand. It wasn't there a moment ago. Strange choice of company. Stone seems cold comfort. The man smiles slightly at your words and nods, never taking his eyes off you. I could do better, though the road holds little else. His eyes run the length of your frame, and he follows it with a sneer, until now.
The world holds many whores we worship. Respect comes with honest titles. I bet even you have gone against instinct in exchange for a little copper, or paid for such in countless ways. But if I give offense, if words are all that are left to a man, then why in the Deerwood of all places he should have leave to speak them?
I'm gonna stare at the statue. The weaving firelight from the statue gives off no heat, so much so you wonder if it is some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it or feel it, although the sheen on his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. Now I'm going to stare creepily at the man. The sudden weaving flames from the statue of Magrin cast more light on his features. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease and other marks of the road. The hems of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across the fire, then reached into the flames of his hands to pull something out. But while his hands are thick and callous, they bear no burn or scorch marks. Focus your gaze on the staff. The staff looks thick, stout, of blackened ash once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, The lines in the wood bear shapes and patterns, and there is a certainty the staff was once something far more dangerous, but not now. I didn't catch your name or why you want to speak to me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter?
Fine, I'll call you Ed.
It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from. Or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now. If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
Well, aren't you special? How'd you know I was a watcher? Durance shakes his head and his hand curls tightly on his staff. I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours. All tightened up, like a huntsman's knot.
You saw my soul in the flames?
There's things we can teach each other, if you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their mewling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable. Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
What kind of marks?
Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand. As for disease, not all of us were close to water when the pox hit, but it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching.
Company would be welcome on the road.
Then let us walk together, Watcher.
Alright, so we have Durance, who I am also familiar with. Somewhat. That's our 5th party member. I actually want to get a look at Adir real quick. Let's see. He is a 3rd level fighter, meadowfolk from the Deerwood. He's a farmer. Okay, and Durance is a priest, which I will be making a lot of use of. Meadowfolk, Deerwood clergyman. Alright, gentlemen. Let us continue. It's very quiet. Oh, it's a deer. Hi, dear. Can't pet you? Don't mind my axes. Look, he's gonna let me touch him. Ah! Whatever, dear.
Yeah.
Let's grab some St. Gyron's horn. Okay, so we need to go to... Actually, wait a minute. Oh, it's okay, so this works like Baldur's Gate. I have to exit out the right way. I don't want to go to Anstalk's Compass yet. I'm going to keep trying going to Caed Nua. So we're going to go to the Black Meadow. Yep. Pardon. Okay, there was a shipment here. If I don't find it immediately, I'll be okay with that. Some burned lady. What the hell? A forest troll. Okay, I could take that. It's one forest troll. Come and get it. Durance, what do you have going on here? Armor of Faith. Barbs of Condemnation. Decreasing their deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. Blessing. Call for divine favor. It increases the accuracy and damage of allies. That sounds useful.
Yes.
Alright. Do. Eater, can you knock this guy down, or is he like too big for you or something? Ah, cool. Durance, you might want to attack. Oh hell, you're melee. I didn't even realize that. Figured you'd be shooting fire or something with that staff of yours. Field mice scatter, crawling between the beast's teeth. Looks like a dead dragon. Whoa. What is it with people on racks? You know what? I should take a moment. Because I just remembered you could talk to party members in this, which I think might have a use. Aloth looks at you with quiet attentiveness. How may I be of service? Tell me about a deer. I've been gone for more than a year now, but I suspect I'll always think of the forest that feels of a deer as home. We've thousands of years of history and tradition behind us, and there's a sense of dignity and responsibility that comes with that. He frowns. Of course, there's baggage as well. Our imperial past is still fresh in the minds of many, as you may have noticed here. It hasn't been difficult to adjust to the Deerwood. People here are informal, hot-blooded. His mouth twists into a wry smirk, more attentive to insult than to duty. But as long as one perceives provocation, it's easy enough to get along. He steeples his fingers. I've gotten accustomed enough to keeping my thoughts to myself, anyway. How long were you in Gilded Vale? He shrugs, fidgeting with the hem of his sleeve. Not much longer than you. As you saw, it was hardly the haven that had been advertised. Any thoughts on what I should do next? Well, you're in charge here, and as far as I'm concerned, any place is better than Gilded Vale. His eyes dart to a deer. No offense. That's all. Okay, he didn't have much to say.
Hey.
Hey, What's going on? I hope that old Watcher's still there. Been years since I heard anything about him. What is it you want to ask this Watcher in Caed Nula? Just some things about the past, about the war. I've been thinking I missed some chance to find out what I wanted to know. That old Watcher, though, he opens up some new possibilities. I want to ask something about you, if you're sure. What did you do before this?
Oh, other than the war, I never strayed too far from where you found me. Farming, mostly. I was never much for cities. Never learned a trade. In my younger days, I thought I was going to go preach the word of Aethys. Just in our temple there. My parents encouraged it. I made so much trouble for them growing up. They used to say it'd be best if I got in good with the God of Redemption.
Same.
Of course, us blowing him up probably didn't have my chances there. But if anybody'd forgive you for blowing him up, it'd be Aethys.
Did the people of Gilded Vale really try to kill you?
They did. It was strange timing, because we just won the war. They celebrated when I came home. There was music and dancing. Trumbull used half his grain making this big honey cake. I still dream about that cake. Like having the best lover of your life, but only for one night. And they were all sorry to hear about my brother. Took a while for word of the purges to reach us. Aethasians being murdered in the streets. Cold Morn and the like. No way would they let something like that happen in Gilded Vale. That's what they all said. But the weeks went by and the purges spread. Pretty soon they weren't so sure my brother fought for Deerwood. And they weren't so sure I did. Caught me by surprise after all the celebrating. Should have seen it coming after the tailor said he was going to fit me for some new clothes, but then all he wanted was my neck measurement.
Really?
Nah, not that last part. But you had to think about it. Says a lot about the place I've been calling home all these years.
Why'd you stay so long in a town that hated you?
Well, I'm sure my parents are still wondering the same thing. The Aethasian purges were like this madness had come over the town, like a disease. Seems like when you see something like that, your instinct is to wait for it to pass, even when you know it probably won't. The family whose farm I worked on, they had a little Hollowborn girl. And they heard the Animancers had this cure, the Salvation it was called. They went running. This Salvation, they were putting animal souls in children. You might have heard about it, giving them enough personality to care for themselves. Well, you can guess how that turned out. Matter of time, the children broke down, became wild things, monsters. Anyway, these farmers put the family dog's soul in their little girl. For a while, the girl, she's making eye contact, she's feeding herself, albeit in a kind of messy way. And one day she snaps. They found her gnawing on her brother's bones. Had to chain her up, put her in a cow pen.
Man, that's horrific.
Well, the mother, she wouldn't have anything to do with the girl after that. But the father, he'd visit every day, feed her chickens, toss water on her once in a while to get the dirt off. Most of the village, they'd whisper about him. Poor man, they'd say, sick with grief. He was just waiting for his daughter to look up one day and recognize her papa. He was waiting for her to get better. Didn't understand that at the time, of course, but these days I think about him a lot.
Do you have any family? Just my parents now. They took a ship back to Adir when the purges started. Wanted me to go with them, but I didn't see things like they did. Been a long time since I've seen them. I really should visit, but for some reason I haven't much felt like leaving home. Good thing they chased me out or I might have never left. I want to ask you something else.
What's on your mind?
I was wondering about Aethys.
It makes two of us.
What is there to know about Aethys?
If you're looking to find religion, maybe you want to start with a god that hasn't been burned to dust, but I won't stop you. Aethys, he was a young man with a silver crown. Carried a candle around with him. Sounds like I'm giving a bad eulogy here.
He was a lot of different things to different people, I guess. Rebirth, redemption, light. Out in the country, he's gone, the farmer who helps all things pass, seasons and people both. He watches over the week, does gone. Season balances made right. You can see why all the copperless rowdies around here might take a liking to someone like that. He was real popular here for a time. These days you won't find too many worshipping atheists in the open. It's hard to know who still does it in private and who's given up. Feels like I'm the last one sometimes. He smirks. If that's the case, he deserves all the mourning. Do you still worship atheists?
In my way. I don't suppose he expects me to show up at his temple these days. Not much left to do for him other than keep his memory alive and keep hoping that he's just been playing a joke on all of us these past 15 years.
Far as I know, he hasn't said anything to anybody since the Godhammer detonated. Why worship him then? He grimaces. Well, if it turns out he's not dead, and I gave up on him, I'd have betrayed my god twice. Even a god of redemption's gotta have standards. I'd probably be reborn as a fat Alma's horse. That's not really it, though. Not all of it, anyway. He casts a sidelong glance. Guess it's more I still believe in the things he believed in. I just hope his death doesn't mean the death of those things as well. Sometimes it looks that way. Why did you choose to worship Aethys in the beginning?
Raised that way. My family's been Aethasian going way back.
Hey, Adi, what's going on?
A choice at first. Don't know for sure why my family started worshiping him. Probably because of Gon looking after folks like us.
Hope you're having a good morning or evening, wherever you're at. He looks you in the eye, conspiratorial. Could just as well be that my ancestor did something so bad only Aethys could forgive. It explained a lot about where I get some of my less respectable traits. Did you only worship him because that's how you were raised?
Mm-mm. There was something I genuinely liked about Aethys. Always. Like he understood people better than the other gods. Knew all our flaws and weaknesses and accepted us for that. Folks are at their worst when they're afraid. A god like Aethys, he made you realize there was nothing to fear. Made you a better person. Of course, he goes away for a few years and look what happens.
What made you think Widewind didn't speak for Aethys?
Was his actions. Not when he started his rebellion, and not even when he took over Rhaed Saris. It was when he sent his armies into Dyrwood.
I'm doing pretty good. Just, slightly groggy. I slept like crap, but I wanted to get a stream in for a little while. Make some progress on this, because this game's probably going to be like forever once I get through the DLC and everything else. Up to that point, he was sticking up for his people. That's what Aethys does. At least the Gon part of him. Those farmers were starving and their government didn't lift a finger. I figured if it wasn't Aethys himself, at least he had the right idea. But then he sent armies across the border, even crossed himself in the end. Word was he was chasing refugees that escaped the rebellion, wanted to punish them, and punish us for allowing them to live here. That just didn't fit for me. Those are the deeds of a vengeful god, Skane or Wodika maybe. Or just a man who'd lost his sense. I still have trouble believing it, but there's no one left to ask if that's true. Oh god, Hudson's Adventure Island. Yeah, that was a night. I'm actually surprised I managed to do that in one sitting, too. I think it took me, what, like 4 hours or something crazy like that? Tell me about the purges.
You sure you don't want to talk about something more pleasant? Like the War of Black Trees or the Legacy or something?
It's eye-opening, seeing just how naked you are when you've got no god to protect you. The Saints' War was a hard time to be a Dyrwoodan. People thought it was the end times. They talked big about how we were going to defeat a god, but I don't think there was a man from here to the White March didn't think he was going to die. It does something to you, thinking you're going to die at someone else's hands. There's a rage that comes, indignation. Imagine a whole country full of that. Might have been Coldmourne that started it. Town near the border. They let Wadewind march right on through. Rest of Dyrwood cursed their names till the end of the war. Some say it was the Eothasians there that persuaded the town not to oppose the army. Others said it was just cowardice. It was like the legacy that way. No one knew the real reason, so they just picked what it would. Ugh, I can't talk now. So they just picked whichever one best suited what they wanted to believe. Either way, that town was burning before the first ashes of Eothas hit the ground, and it felt good to the people here to be in control after being so helpless. So the fire spread. A lot of us Eothesians went the way of our god. There were claims from the church in Mogren that she'd actually commanded the purges. I found that hard to believe. It sounded to me like people doing what they wanted, wrapping their god around it like she was a cloak. Then again, that's what we thought about Waden. I want to ask you about something else. Let's keep moving.
Sure.
Oh shoot, wait, I gotta talk to Durance too.
What?
Durance, whatever his name is. Thought I felt your eyes on me, now come the words. I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Okay. Why were we supposed to meet? The why of it is you're a watcher, he snorts. A watcher runs two roads of why. For me, it's more a matter of what. There was a time when I wouldn't have spared a thought for your words, or even bothered with you. But now, seeking out watchers is what I do, to put the truth to them, to see which of the two ways they bend. He smiles slightly, taunting. Truth? Truth of what? Either you're a dry field in need of a harvest burning, he frowns for a moment, his eyes flats, or you're lost in the darkness. Either way, you can see differently from others. He gives a half smile, then his tone becomes accusing. I can tell by the way you notice the staff first off. Pardon. Not many can see it at first, nor the etchings or the flames, but your eyes. He stares at you almost eagerly, nodding. Your eyes trace the path, that I could see. So which are you, a dry field or lost in darkness? Durance's face tenses. The day we don't trade that question back and forth is the day our paths no longer need to be joined. In the trial, Durance's hand clenches his staff. The trial is done. So you don't know either. You know this nation is diseased. Don't need to be a watcher to see it in the children, the politics, the men that stalk the roads with knives in hand and murder in their eyes. This land needs life again, new seeds planted in the burned soil. His voice drops, mocking, and his eyes narrow. And something tells me you can see the path to making that future happen, Watcher. Your kind always does. So then, we need to make sure you see truly now. This nation, its people, don't need any more lies blinding them, nor do I. You test the truth, you don't blindly accept it. And how do you plan to test me? Sharing the road, of course. One truth to match another, matching each other's pace, keeping rhythm. Other priests can keep their teachings and rantings. For my faith, my teaching, sharing the road is a simple, hard truth. His smile widens, his hands tap against his waist once and twice. And when you knock one truth against the leg of another, why, both legs stand firm. But now, if you strike a lie at the knee with the same force, his smile dies and his eyes narrow. Why, you make a cripple with but one leg to stand on. Is that why you carry a staff? Is that why I... Durance is about to launch another volley of words, blinks, then he rolls his head back and laughs deeply, the laughter coming until it seems the air will run out of his lungs, until it seems forced. Perhaps your words are worth listening to, Watcher. He frowns, any trace of humor gone, but the truth will win out. Keep pace and we'll see. Let me ask you about something else.
The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Durance grunts. Can you tell me about the Hollowborn?
That's a curse that runs deeper. It's a godhammer of a different sort. And like the godhammer, it was made by men's hands.
All things have a price. Left unchecked, faithlessness, virtues, it leaves marks on souls, until souls don't have the strength to enter bodies that are pure. Animancers, ciphers, all who play games with the fabric of souls are to blame for the barren field they leave behind. Durance glares at you. Even watchers can do the same. Some simply watch, others try to weave souls, guide them as surely as widen across even dear. He turns away. This is why I correct the Hollowborn when I find them, and the ones whose hands have led to the seed being spilled on the ground. Correct the Hollowborn?
There are fewer souls, There are more vessels. It is simply equaling of the process.
So it doesn't bother you to end them?
I feel more remorse in putting down a slathering hound. A wict? Less than a mongrel in its misery. Murder is a kindness, not a crime. Always has been. I would sooner put the blade to those who are to blame instead. If any spirit should be punished, it's theirs.
And who's to blame? The fields of the Deerwood are filled with weakness, ripe for those who play with souls, minds. His face wrinkles in a frown. Animancers and their kind, watchers too, they bear more of the burden than their victims and more of the punishment. Every year has seen a new crime, the Saints' War, the Hollowborn, and his salvation. There is no proof that watchers are to blame for these events. There are few who can shape a soul in such a fashion. Durant stares at you. And any watcher, any true watcher born in a Deerwood, would be able to see the crime even if they did not cause it. Silence itself is damning. Why don't you end me then?
Murder you? I would not grant you any of them. The mercy I grant the Hollowborn. You would not be deserving of it.
You'd equate murder with mercy?
Murder is an old word. Mercy is letting a soul fly free to the next body. True punishment? Ruining someone to their soul. Crack their spirit like you would crack their skulls with a staff. Beat them. Hurt them in mind and body, so their souls become shards. But you leave it inside the vessel, like a bag of glass, to either choke on it, or pass it through their bloody stool.
No, that's nice and disgusting. Yeah, this actually has some really good voice acting in it. I guess it might have been the first Kickstarter game I played, and I was actually really impressed with the voice acting in it.
Then, leave it in the body to think on it, like planting a new field with the right seed.
That sounds like you've committed it to memory.
Many marks may I make upon your flesh, but flame leaves marks that cannot heal. Magran doctrine dictates true punishment is one that remains in memory, in the soul, in the flesh. Even should the victims die, slowly or swift, sometimes by their own hand afterwards, the lesson lingers, burned in their flesh.
That seems harsh.
Have you seen a man branded by flame? He remembers it always, in every waking movement. It is a lesson writ in the only ink and vellum that matters, blood and flesh. One can burn the soul as well. It is an art, and I do not take pleasure in it. But there is more at stake here than forgiveness. Many of Aethys' faith were punished in the purges following the Saints' War. And the ones that harmed children, they suffered worse.
They started playing that music just now, and I had to like pause because I thought there was like an ice cream truck in the distance or something outside. I'm like, what the hell am I hearing? Came out of nowhere. What do you mean?
We did what must be done. Wherever they were rooted out, their souls reclaimed. And if they couldn't be reclaimed, we ensured they would never inhabit another body.
I wanted to ask about the region and its history. Durance grunts. Do you think there's any tie between the Hollowborn and the Godhammer?
Aethys was the god of rebirth, and his light does not fall on the Deerwood. I've heard some claim it's his doing, his death. It's closed the halls to new souls. I doubt it. The Hollowborn have their roots in the acts of men, women. I feel it.
I want to ask you more about the region and its history. Keep troubling me, and I may extend the Tith Bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. Let the road keep us until the next campfire. Fine, I didn't want to actually talk to you anyway. Save it after all that dialogue. Yeah, that's one hell of a workout for my voice, I'll say that. Ooh, flowers. Barrispell, what is that? Is that another forest troll? Yeah, it is. Let's see. Frenzy. You could just shoot at it. You can run up and attack it. And I'm gonna let you... pierce damage. It's a troll, actually. Wait a minute. Do I still have that thing I picked up? Oh, that's right. Wrong guy. I'm thinking of Aloth. Yeah, let's use Barbs of Condemnation. It's on normal.
Let's burn this hole.
Yeah, I tend to play things on normal unless I'm feeling really frisky about something. Oh, there's another one. We might as well kill him too. Hi, Mr. Forest Troll. How's it going? Aloth, you back up a bit.
How may I help?
Hey,
How may I help?
Easy enough. Alright. Let's back on the road and move on here. Alright, we can go to Caed Nua now. Take you 18 hours. Oh, I remember you too. Just off the side of the path into Caed Nua stands an imposing figure, a tall, thick-set Amua. I know I gotta be pronouncing that wrong. Clad in worn armor and peering up at the outer walls of the keep. In his hand is a small piece of charcoal, and it works feverishly at taking notes upon a small scrap of paper. More than once he has reached up to prevent his colorful cap from falling off his head as he gazes upward. Yeah, I actually remember this one being slightly tricky in a couple places on normal, but it was more me not knowing the game at the time that well. And I think it was actually in like some DLC fights I did. There was one DLC fight, I think it's from the first DLC, that was kicking my ass at one point, but I was able to do it after messing around with some other quests instead first. I think I just leveled up to be able to do it. What are you doing over there? Man looks over at you, blinking in surprise. His face splits in a wide and very toothy grin, and he waves the parchment in greeting. Killing time, if I'm honest. I've already walked the perimeter twice. There are names scratched upon some of the bricks just there. Workers and masons, I expect, carving a little immortality for themselves. He looks up the wall again, expression fond. It's a fine keep, Caed Nua. 2 centuries to its name and abandoned for nearly as long.
But the truly interesting part is in there, and I haven't had much luck in reaching the keep itself. I hoped to find the master of this place, a man by the name of Meerwald. But it seems that he either holds his privacy most dear, or else has been devoured by his house guests.
I came here looking for Mirwald as well.
Oh, truly? Then perhaps we can help one another. The grounds are infested with all manner of beasts. I've never seen the like. I didn't want to risk it alone, but you seem capable. Together, I'm sure we could manage it. And then we can both ask our questions of Meerwald. I seek a great treasure, you see. Not gold or silver, but the Tanvi Oratoa. You might call it the Book of Virtues. It's a sacred text of the Rauatai, but we possess only a fragment of it. A year I've journeyed in search of the rest, and I uncovered evidence that leads me to believe the original lies just there, beneath the keep.
Why would this Tanvi Oratoa be here in the Deerwood? Precisely, that is the very question, he laughs. It is a long and twisting tale, my friend, as all good chance should be. I could tell you more if you wish it in time. Then we must find it.
Excellent. Lead on, my friend, and I will be at your heels. Ah, wait. Speaking of that, I ought to warn you first. Wondrous teeth, I nearly forgot. I have, at times, been followed. It began in Adir, and in Exometal they attacked outright. I believe they do not wish for me to find what I am looking for.
You know, it's actually true. I'm kind of surprised they don't have any kind of co-op in this. Especially since, Baldur's Gate Enhanced had it.
I say believe, but I have been told as much by one of my would-be assassins. I pay them little mind. Humorless sorts in long robes. But it's why I bought the sword, you see. And it's only fair that you should know.
Actually, regular Baldur's Gate 2 had it, didn't it? What are a few assassins between friends?
I'm glad you're not discouraged. Come then. Who knows what we will find inside?
It'll be a surprise.
Yes?
Alright, Kana is a chanter. He's an island Amua. Rauatai scholar. And you use guns, don't you? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going to get my initial talking conversation with you out of the way.
Following your lead. It's good to be on the road again. A wanderlust is nothing rare in the people of Rauatai. But often I think myself alone in loving the land as much as the sea. What shall we see next, I wonder?
How are you holding up? I'm ready if you are, Kana grins. Tell me about yourself.
What shall I tell? I am Kanarua, born in the royal city of Takoa, from which rules the Ranga Nui. There. That is a solemn enough start. I am a lore chanter in the college there. Or at least a student of lore, and a chanter both.
Ooh, my perception comes into play. The accent's right, but you don't look like you're from Rauatai. Do I not? He grins crookedly. I take your meaning. My family is from the Deadfire Archipelago, but I've never seen the islands. My parents traveled to Rauatai many years before I was born. They found more opportunity in Rauatai. My mother took to crafting cannons, aspiring pirate that she is, and my father's work with coral caught the eye of someone important, and then the Ranganui himself. The rest followed. What would you like to know? What made you leave the college?
I was on the usual path at first. Theology, the traditions, when the Gate of Great Teeth was completed. It was all my father had hoped for. The greatest commission he had ever received. But it was also a sign that Rauatai was changing, looking inward. Meanwhile, I was neck-deep in the writing of a dozen nations, marveling at all the things that lay beyond our borders.
Give me a second. Okay. And in so many of those books and records, I found accounts of ancient Engwith, The Adirans hold a great hunger for Angwithan relics, and why shouldn't they? It was a civilization from which the Glenfathans learned to read souls. I decided that my third degree would be history, and that I would study the Angwithans. They were at the heart of so much discussion abroad, so many discoveries. It drew some mockery. We'd watch Adir draw itself into several conflicts with the Glenfathans over these ruins. Tekoa had its own concerns. And soon I found it, a section of the Tanvi Oratoa in an Adiran translation of ancient Angwithan script, just there, without explanation. It seemed like a gift from the gods. What would you like to know? Tell me about the lore chanters. My eldest brother thinks we spend our days in song, reading wreaths from flowers, but the truth is far less exciting than that. College preserves what knowledge our people have gathered. I would have it said that the lore chanters are Rautai, for without them we would have no beginning, no sense of how far we've come. We would forget ourselves with every generation. I'm only a student yet, but someday I'll return and tell the keeper what I learned, and she will add my verses to the chant. What would you like to know? What is this gate of great teeth? Much as it sounds, a maze of walls, like the teeth of some nautical terror. It sits outside the city and guards Tekoa from invaders and storms. The storms have always been more trouble. Nui Tanri, the angry titans, stirring themselves against Rautai's shores. Invaders I'm not so sure about, but perhaps I'm like the man who, being dry, throws off his raincoat during a storm. Kana laughs, so my mother would have me believe. What's Ranganui? A king, our great king, ruler over all Rautai. He said our people well, and he has treated my family very well. My father and he are great friends, as much as one can be friends with a king. Tell me about Rautai.
Ah, Rautai. Shall I describe the pearl-white sands, the sapphire waters, the multi-hued tiles of the rooftops, like a mosaic upon the coast? Sorry.
Was there something specific you wanted to know? Tell me about the kingdom of Rautai in general. It's a long journey by ship to the north, past Ixmatil and across the sea. We have settled much of the Gulf and established more recent trading colonies all along the coast. We live as best we can, like anyone else. Our land is plagued by storms, and so we stand together, whatever corner of Rautai we hail from. Otherwise, we'd never survive. Tell me about the city you're from, Tekoa.
Tekoa is doubly famed, a royal city and home to the Coral Harbor. The Ranganui's palace is there, and we've a fleet of royal ships sitting outside the Gate of Great Teeth. Every so often, you'll hear the roar of a cannon being tested.
It's very odd how, like, 1 minute there'll be all this stuff to read, and then he just, like, randomly has this set of dialogue to read that he himself says. The finest ship in Rautai, and so the world, are anchored there. Some of our brightest minds toil away at the artillery. My mother, for instance, Kana grins brightly. Myself, I have no talent with gunpowder. It's like they're trying to trick me, like they know I'm going to start reading something, and then he's going to speak over top of me, and I'm going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, Kana. Here, I'll just let you have the floor. Tekoa is also home to the Lore College, of course, and we get a great many people traveling long distances to speak with the Lore Keeper, or else here to chance and peruse the books. At least that's how it was when I was younger. Things are a little different when I left. How so? You might say the winds are changing. The Pahari, they are traditionalists in a way. The Ranganui's son stands among their number. Talk at the dinner table has changed from how far a fleet Rautai's ship might sail to how well defended our borders are, how far we have turned from the old ways. Then talk turns to borrowing Adiran and Valian merchant ships and Kanasai's. Things were difficult when I left. There was much arguing among the elders. I trust the king has kept the peace, but I worry sometimes that things have taken a turn for the worse. You aren't a traditionalist? Oh, I'm a regular firebrand, if you ask the other chanters. I don't see why I can't appreciate our traditions and chart a better future, but so goes the debate. It sounds like you miss home. Some parts of it. Those silver cliffs, the sea, those at least no one can change. The day I boarded the ship for Adir, the sunrise was gold upon the water, and I nearly leapt overboard and swam for home. Tekoa has a lot of this artillery. Rautai has a lot of artillery. We've made great advances with explosives. One of our artillery masters advised on the Godhammer bomb during the Saints' War, actually. In Rautai itself, our efforts are more modest. Bombards, cannons, we're having some luck with mortars. You might ask my sister if you ever visit Tekoa. She captains the Raduwana. She knows far more than I do and enjoys great fame for it. It may not be very traditional, but even the most stringent demagogue wouldn't touch the subject of artillery. They'd lose what support they've gathered. Do only Amwa live there? Far from it. The Amwa arrived more recently and formed the greater number, but others have joined us, so long as they call themselves subjects of the Ranganui. Some of my neighbors are Orlans, for instance, fine people, though they care little for the sea. I have other questions. So these people who are after you. Oh, them. Yes, I ran into them in Adir, or rather they sought me out. In Adir there were many people who had observed the Engwithan ruins in Adir Wood, and I spent some time conferring with experts. In the libraries I found accounts of sites in Ixmitil, and it was there I traveled next. But just before that I found myself approached by a woman in dark robes who bade me abandon my studies for my own safety. I ignored her, of course, but I began to have the sense, after that, of being followed. And after that, well, one ambush on the road I could call misfortune, but three? Who are these people? I thought it only fair to delve into their activities in turn. I found word of a leaden key, but past that it was all ravings and superstitions. I might as well have gone around asking whether someone had ever seen a whale flying through the air. Some people might well tell me yes, but the validity of their accounts is questionable. They all seem worried about this. They haven't had much luck. Last one came up at me at a dig site and slipped on a muddy beam. I tried to catch him. Reflex, I should think, but he went right over the side and down 100 feet. Moron. I'm not sure what he had in mind. I doubt that was it. I had other questions. What is this sacred book you're looking for?
The Tanvi Oratoa. It's not really a book. It's been passed down over the years in the form of a chant. I actually found it a little strange at first, seeing it set down in stone. It's not quite the same as a song of worship, though we have paeans to the gods as well. More a kind of moral guide. It gives us something to aspire to. The, model of a virtuous citizen of Rauatai.
Why look for it out here?
There have been arguments as to the chant's true interpretation. New translations even. But any rendition of it I find in the ruins of Engwith will predate those translations by 2,000 years. And finding it here also proves that we still have much to gain from trading with other cultures. I'd be lying if I said I'm not looking forward to seeing the look on everyone's faces when I get back. But in the long term, I just think that we can learn a lot from the Engwithians. A civilization like that is something to aspire to. A model for Rauatai as a whole, and not just its people. And I want to prove that all of this is worthwhile. Traveling, seeing the world for what it is. It's been so different from sitting in the Chanter Hall and studying books.
You came all this way just to win an argument?
More or less. It wasn't a popular theory when I suggested it. The idea that we shared the Tanvi Oratoha with some older culture, I mean, doesn't mean it's not true. It doesn't help that my family is from the Deadfire Islands. If I had a copper pond for every chanter who suggested that it's just not in my nature to conquer. My siblings, my parents, they make up for it. They build walls and cannons and ships. I've tried to explain. It isn't that I think those things aren't necessary. But if Rauatai closes itself off from trade, turns on its own people over tradition, we will fall behind. And then we'll be the ones getting conquered. I think my father tries to understand at least.
Wouldn't it have crumbled away by now?
Much of Ingwith's writing is lost to us, but an engraving would survive. I found several tablets at the site in Examital. The scholar Gabranos, in particular, seems to have been fond of writing on the walls. I may have to ask you to help me carry it, if it's a large stone.
So describe this virtuous citizen.
Dutiful, learned, honest. The sticking point is loyal. Loyal to the people of Rauatai above all others. Fearless in their defense, and bold in aspiration. Tireless in battle or industry. An inspiration to one's people. But it seems it's not that far a leap from there to the idea that we must cast out foreign influences.
Is that what you aspire to be?
Doesn't everyone want to be a good citizen?
You think the Engwithans were the true authors?
I don't know that the distinction is necessarily important. Rauatai has a long history, and our people have come from many different places. It matters less who wrote it than that I have found pieces of the verses all around the world. Wherever it came from, it will be Rauatai that decides what becomes of it. All the races and peoples of our kingdom coming together to create a great empire. You see, then, that I am loyal in my way.
I had other questions. You're being hunted by the Leaden Key. So it seems, it's all rather absurd. What harm could I possibly do them by finding this text? Perhaps they don't like Rauatai. How'd this all begin? I ran into him in Adir, rather they sought me out. In Adir, there were many people who had observed the Engwithan ruins in Adir Wood, and I spent more time conferring with experts. I didn't read this part already, did I? It wasn't highlighted like I did. In libraries, I found accounts of sites in Ixmitil, and it was there I traveled next. But just before that, I found myself approached by a woman in dark robes, who bade me abandon my studies for my own safety. I ignored her, of course, but I began to have the sense after that of being followed. After that... Ah, yeah, I did read that already. Tricked me. Pillars of Eternity. Do you know anything about this place? Caed Nua is a marvel. An ugly, crumbling marvel, but even so, it's overshadowed by what it sits upon, but the keep itself can tell you much about the Adiran settlement. A very rigid people, I find. Let's be on our way. Yeah, I wanted to do that now because I seem to remember Kana having a lot to say when he first joins up with you. A lot to say. It's like, I just want to pick some damn flowers here. Come on. Is there anything fun out here? Oh, this building's collapsed. Butterflies. Skein bone. One shattered cast still smells faintly of ale, long spilled into the dirt. It's pretty dead up here. Yeah, I don't even remember too much about the other companions. I remember the, I don't know if she's a dwarf. Sagani, I think might have been her name. She was like a hunter.
Dry with cobwebs in every crack. It reminds me of Woodica.
I think that was the other character I had for a good while before I stopped. I kind of liked her. She was like an archer. Don't think I really used the other ones too much. I think I talked to him though. I remember a druid guy, but I don't remember too much about him. Shadow. No relation. Alright, it shouldn't be too bad. I was gonna say it's just one. Here comes his buddies. Alright. Frenzy. Durant, you hang back a bit. Why don't you... Holy Radiance, that... Oh yeah, Holy Radiance works on shadows, I think. Foe AoE only vessels, and this is once per encounter. So Durance, you come over here. Slyly. Ooh, not... Don't get too close to me here. Oh, you're stunned. That's why you're facing the wrong way.
Hey.
Should be able to sneak in here with an attack. Move this up a bit so I can see a little bit more.
Huh?
Spirit residue.
Right.
Ooh. One side of this pillar is graven with hundreds of whorls and ridges. Even under a layer of grime and moss, the Adra gleams. The trapdoor has been battered by the elements. Tugging on a rusted handle only produces a heavy rattling. Small flame blight. Couple of them. Ranch, you hang back. Spirit, I don't think that vessel thing will work on these guys. They go down quick though, it looks like. Save my magic. Will-o-wisp.
How may I help?
This stuff around here isn't too bad.
Leave our village! We've done nothing to you! You can't do this!
Spectral smoke churns all around you. At first you can see nothing except the haze, but gradually you make out the wizened, hunched shape of an old elven man. His face and both thin arms are smeared with paint. Do what now? Wait, no. Yeah, do what now?
This is our village! Our home! The Nine Claws have lived here almost 50 generations. We were here long before your kind brought war to our lands. You can't just burn it all!
50 generations is a lot of generations.
Have mercy, soldier! Our warriors have all gone! You can't burn us all because of them!
He reaches out to you and opens his mouth to say something. Would you stop coughing? I'm trying to read. But all that emerges is a series of violent coughs. He falls to his knees, choking on the thickening smoke. Flames overtake the vision as you back away. Now there's a door, and I think that's probably where we need to go, so... Ooh, Durant Snow, you're not supposed to be running up front. You can stand behind everybody. Get back here. Oh, he's moving. Whoa, what the hell's wrong with you? Oh, he's confused. Okay.
Right.
Lizards. Oh. More will-o-wisps. Lizard skins, knuckle bones, and teeth of various sizes lie among the weeds. Tangled wires and broken gears litter these wooden boxes. Oh, you've got company this time. Now, you guys can come to me. Durant, you get ready. You frenzy. Okay, you two start attacking. Actually, you get back, I say off. I thought that was the other guy. Oh crap, Liquid. You're confused. You'll be out of it in 2.9 seconds. You'll be alright waiting. Durant, did you just hit Liquid? Don't do that. Oh shoot, wait a minute. Alright, Durant's. You're a priest, you should have something to heal him with. Restore minor endurance, let's try that. Alright, back up.
Yeah.
It's time for some spells here. Let's try. I'm gonna save that for now in case I need to cure. Divine Mark. Marks the target for retribution, inflicting burn damage and lowering deflection. Alright, let's try to burn one of you. Let's go for the Will-O-Wisp. Aloth, you can do something too. You're a wizard, I keep forgetting that. Not Fan of Flames, because that's probably going to hit everybody. Dazzling Lights. That's a freeze spell. Here, Settlement Missiles.
Lava. Beyond seek.
Alright, shadows down. There we go. Okay. That was kind of a mess, guys. Hey, Scorpion Queen. I'm digging this so far. If you like games like Baldur's Gate, you're probably going to dig it. It's a lot like Baldur's Gate, just with a different battle system and system in general. Alright. I need to... Man, there's undead freaking everywhere. Oh, you're leftover. You were probably with the last group. Wow, something smoked you real quick. Kana.
Right.
Go Kana. Have I tried the second one? No. This is actually my first time going through the first one. I haven't gotten around to playing the second one yet. It's on my list of things to do, though. I think the second one's supposed to be better, from what I remember hearing. Alright, guys. Frenzy, you stand back. You stand back. Eater, you get up there. Kana, you start shooting. Ooh, this is gonna be a little trickier. Durance, you go right there. Wait for the shadows. Burn them back up. You're coming for them. Aloth, you're going to... Let's try Necrotic Lance. Oh, something killed it. I think it was Durance. Alright, got a shadow down. Will-O-Wisp is almost dead. The hell are you, a phantom? Oh hell, it killed me. That's not good.
Hi?
Hello, how you doing? Durance, you better get out of there. Durance, you're stunned.
Hey,
Apparently I need to set some AI settings because Adir just like stood there and did nothing. Fan of Flame is probably going to hit my own dudes, isn't it? Yeah, it will. Let's try more missiles. Alright, got it. Labor's resting bonus. Frostbite. Okay, so you're alright, you're just hurt. And that's health. I can't heal health. I think I can only heal endurance. If I'm remembering how this works properly. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Like, I'm real happy that games like this are still being made, even if they are few and far between. But in my case, I'm kind of the lucky ones because I have so many games to go back to and play that are good, like, RPGs I never experienced. Like, it was funny, like, when they showed Baldur's Gate 3, a lot of people were kind of complaining because it looked like, what is that game, Beyond Divinity? Because I guess it uses the same engine. And everybody's like, it looks just like it. And I'm sitting here thinking, I've never played Beyond Divinity, so I'm okay with that. I mean, Beyond Divinity is supposed to be good, right? More games for me. Why is this not like... Can I not go up there? Oh, I guess I can't go up there because the weeds are blocking it. Ouch! When a party member is reduced to 0 endurance, they are knocked out. This means they're out of the fight, but as long as your side is victorious, they will regenerate their endurance when combat ends. Even though endurance regenerates after combat, health does not. I could camp, but I'm going to risk it. Let's go in here. This is a nice little building. Looks like it's in good shape. Surely there's nothing inside. Ah, okay. I guess this is the keep. The shelves creak under the books. Many of the covers are modded with mildew. Cobwebs bind the remains of a broken alembic, a cracked mortar, and various shattered bottles and vials to the table. Yeah, I kind of wish I'd actually finished up Knights of the Old Republic back when I like was actually playing it, because like I said, I got pretty far into it. They are on Steam, right? I'm assuming. Sour odors of rancid grain and spoiled fruit permeate the air. Dust and rusted utensils cover the countertop. Rats skitter among the broken stairs. It's looking kind of dead in here. I think I'm circling back around, so at least I think I probably killed most of the undead. I guess I could check outside that gate. And then we'll hit this building here. Yeah, that's kind of how I look at things sometimes too, with the fact that, okay, I waited a long time to play this stuff, but think about it, like, I get to play the best versions now. It's actually one of the reasons I don't buy new games pretty much anymore. Like, I wait like a couple years till they've been out, because for one, I can get them cheaper, and two, like, I got all the patches. I can get some of the DLC if it's already there. In fact, there was some game I played recently, and I can't think of what it was. What the hell was it? Huh. I can't remember what it was, but
Do you think
it was...
he'd be mad if we sat in his chair? Maybe he doesn't have to know.
It was something that, when it first came out, wasn't that good. But it had... The version I played of it was pretty much more complete. Bugs were squashed, that kind of thing. Alright, spirits. There's a shadow. Alright, Durance, get ready. I gotta watch Liquid here. He may die. I probably should camp after this fight. Oh, shoot, Aloth. Yeah, Spirit there will run right into what he's doing. Kana, you do stuff with chance, and I don't remember exactly how you work here. I'm gonna let you do a little bit of chanting, just so I can remember how this goes.
Ah, thank you.
Shoot. Yeah, I gotta work on Liquid there a little bit. He just went down again. Is he stunned? Fatigue, that might be doing it. Aloth, you just went down. Holy crap. Who the hell are you? Ader, what are you doing? Durance, you're gonna die. You are dead. Okay, hold up. Let's try this again. I actually want to look at something here real quick. Okay, party AI is active. We're gonna rest. Camping is not allowed in this area. No, we're not. Oh man, the days of
Sure.
a whole bunch of CDs to play a game. Baldur's Gate had like Baldur's Gate or Baldur's Gate 2, one of them had like 6 CDs. I do remember Knights of the Old Republic having a bunch too. I actually think I still have my physical copy of it somewhere. And the games came in like these great big boxes. Yeah. And you install one CD. Insert next CD. You walk away, installs that one slowly. Insert next CD.
Yeah.
It's one thing I don't miss about that era. I feel like I'm kind of okay with just being digital about everything these days. Probably because when I was younger as in my 20s, I moved around a lot. And I had so much stuff I was carrying with me, so many games. I had video game magazine collections like you wouldn't believe.
Clearly of a deer and make. They like their archways.
Eventually, I either sold or got rid of a lot of it just because I couldn't keep taking it away. I was moving around into like smaller places. Just didn't have the room for it, and I couldn't afford a storage unit. Okay. Adir, you get up here. I need to fix my battle order. That's part of my problem, because Aloth's like right up front. That shouldn't be a thing. Aloth, you get back. Durance, use the spirit thing. Actually, no, don't. Wait a second. Connor, you start chanting. I'm going to find out what your chants do here. Aloth, get back. I have a task for you. Durance. There you go. Now you get the hell out of there. You... I'm going to leave the shadows. You go up here with Adir and start working on these spirits. Aloth, you are going to... Ooh, that's a really big cone there. Whoops. Oh, escape does it. Okay. You come up here. Durance, you're on your own for a second. I suppose Halt will work on an undead enemy. Alright, Aloth. Let's see if I can pull this off the way I want it. Ooh, Durance, I gotta get you out of there. Kana, are you chanting? You should be. Shit. Oh, Durance, you're gonna die. You got a chance to heal yourself, maybe? Just want to use weak. Phantom. Let him kill the Phantom.
Fire, whore! For the goddess!
Very good go for some shut-eye.
Oh, I remember how this works now. You gotta move up.
Out now?
Aloth, you get out.
Stiff.
Yeah, I think I'm screwed here.
Aye?
Yeah, it's so convenient.
No. Be on seat.
Aloth, you're gonna die. Connor, you're not taking all these guys on by yourself.
Following your lead.
Alright. Round 2. Or 3. Let me see here. What kind of buffs do you have? Surely you have some. Okay.
Do you think he'd be mad if we sat in his chair?
Aye?
He doesn't have to know. Hey,
Let's get a deer up front. Back up, back up. Kana, I'm actually going to move you up. I think you have better defense than Aloth. Alright. Now, Durance, you are going to cast Armor of Faith. You are going to Frenzy. You are going to... That seems like that's probably risky because you got chewed up pretty quick before. You're going to stand right where you are right now and get this spell that he's casting. Aloth, you're going to go this way. You're going to move up just a hair. And you're going to let these guys walk right into some fire. Okay. Liquid, you're going after that Phantom. Adir, you're going after that Phantom. Aloth, you're going to cast your spell. Kana, you're going to start shooting people because you seem to be good at that. Help them out. Durance, you're going to help Aloth keep these enemies off him. You're going to run over here. Use that thing that hurts vessels. Aloth, you actually, I think, can use another fire thing right about there. Alright, good. You guys are attacking, you guys are attacking. I think I got it this time. Yeah, we got this time. Okay, Durance, start hitting that shadow. Aloth, I probably should not have had you disengage, but oh well. Kana, start helping them. Aloth, start helping him. Durance, you're gonna... Never did find out if halt works on these things. Let's try it. It's immune to it. Should have figured. Okay. Liquid, you're gonna run down and help. Durance, you're gonna try to heal yourself. There you go. Okay, he's dead. Phew. Hey, you have a good one, Adi. Hope I see you around in the future. Alright. Take this stuff. Phew. I am probably gonna need some camping supplies, so I'm gonna keep running into stuff like that. But at least I'm kind of learning this now. Alright, what do we got here? Browser's chains are rigid with rust. The gray and brown pelts of mice flit between the boards. There's a vase. Let's check it out. Whispers of Yenwood. Unique sword, one-handed. Hello, a magical item. I think this is something that I actually had in my last playthrough. A deer equipped with. A deer... What are you using? A saber? +5 accuracy against spirit. Plus 25% damage against spirit. Yes, I think that will be perfect for you. Might as well read the lore. I haven't done any reading in 5 seconds. Its blade covered with graceful Glanfathan engravings. Whispers of Yenwood was once the sword of the first Road Warden of Caed Nua. When the Earl of Yenwood appointed Kafed Eodhart, the young lord feared the spirits that were rumored to dwell under the young castle's foundation. He spent a sizable sum to have the Black Ymirin steel blade forge shipped to the Eastern Reach for engraving by the Earl's Glanfathan slave artisans, and enchanted in New Dunweird. Kafed is known to have used the sword in the Battle of Old Girin and to help the neighboring Raedricks suppress an uprising in Gildavale, but there is no recorded use of it in Caed Nua. Over time, Kafed began to believe that the sword had been cursed by the Glanfathan artisans who decorated it. He confided in those close to him that he thought the spirits of the dead were speaking to him through the blade while he slept. One evening, against the pleas of his wife and soldiers, a maddened Kafed carried the sword deep into the misty woods of Ir Glanfath. His body was never recovered, but the next Road Warden, the Earl assigned to Caed Nua, found it waiting for him on the throne in the keep's great hall. None of the soldiers could explain how the sword appeared there. No Road Warden has carried the sword since that day. Alright, yeah, you're equipping that. Saber can go into the junk pile. Alright. Let's see, we got stairs going up. We've got a door. Might as well keep checking out the hall here. As you come to the end of the Great Hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne wrought out of marble, its masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's backing, watching over the room with hollow eyes. At your approach, you feel the warmth fluctuate as though stirring. A voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air. Another watcher... shut.
Glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
I'm looking for Merwald.
As am I. If you should happen to find him, I would be glad to know of it. Each day his absence brings new dust to my halls, new cracks to my stones. It's shameful is what it is. The Earl would never have let it come to this. You are free to search for him here. I will unbar the way.
You said these were your halls?
Not as a land is its lord's, more as a child is its mother's. This castle was my design, you see. The Earl appointed me to do it. I was getting on in years. I knew it would be my only chance to build something magnificent. When it was built, I couldn't bring myself to part from it, to go back to my lonely home. I begged the Earl to let me stay, to take care of it. It was all I wanted, and he granted it. Years later, when Bereth's usher finally came calling, I begged the Earl to find a way to let me remain, and so he did.
Tell me more about Merwald.
He was a great man. He came here one day, young with long hair and polished armor, and he banished the dark things that had come to lurk in this place after centuries of neglect. He could see the beauty of this place, the way it had been. So he claimed it for his own when no one else would take it. We worked together to restore it. But he began to grow distant some time ago. He never told me why. He retreated deeper and deeper into the keep, never leaving, sending servants for food, hiding himself from my sight. The restoration stopped. Now, to look at the place, you'd never know the progress we'd made. In most places, it's worse than it ever was. And all I can do is watch it crumble around me.
Any idea where I can find Merwald?
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
Are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins, one of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
What Earl were you speaking of?
The Earl of Yenwood. The original, in fact, when Deerwood was a colony. He found this site, the only ruin Eir Glanfarth refused to defend, and he believed its wealth would be great. The keep was his way of defending his family's claim, and that claim became his obsession. He had to know what lay beneath. He devoted his life to excavating the ruins below the keep. They had been sealed with rock and soil. Deliberately, it would seem. Years passed, and with them the Earl. He dug his entire life and never found what he sought. His obsession became his sons and his sons' sons. And one day, that young Earl broke through.
What did he find?
An endless maze, incomprehensible in its construction. But he would never come to learn more than that. Vile things had taken residence there, vile and dangerous. They poured up through the keep and slew its residents, the Earl among them.
Those fiends.
After that, the keep remained abandoned, unused, wasted. Meowall's mastery of this place was the first hope I'd had in 200 years. How I've longed to see it as it once was. I can only guess why all this has happened. I fear I've wronged the gods putting this place here, and they've doomed me to watch it wear away into dust. To witness my own folly.
Farewell.
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
Yeah, there's actually a possibility I may be leaving this place and heading back to do some of the other side quests I was doing. Now that I got 5 people, I ought to be able to handle them. Plus, maybe I'll get lucky and find a 6th party member. Though that sword that Adir has is going to help a bit. But I think there's actually more dangerous stuff as you go further down. Nothing. Let's check in this store. Oh boy, I see a shadow. Oh man, another big fight. Okay. Durance, you back up. Kana, you back up. Aloth, you stand there for a second. Liquid, you run down here. Adir, you move up. Okay, you frenzy. Aloth, move right about there, and... Whoa, disengage from what? Did a shadow just pop up on top of me or something? I don't see it. Yeah, it did. I need to remember that, Liquid, my barbarian, has a heal spell. Okay, Kana, just start shooting things. Not that. Start shooting his shadow. Durance, are you engaged? You probably are with something. No, you're not. Okay, but I should move you back down. You need a buff. Choose Armor of Faith again. I worked last time.
Just like
Oh crap, Aloth died.
Deer and Dakota.
Okay, come on guys. I can't target this thing because he's sitting on top of Aloth. Crap. Okay, wait a minute. What's going on here? You get over here. Adir, what are you doing? Are you attacking? You're stunned. Okay. Phew. Alright, Aloth, you're, frostbitten. But like I said, we're probably going to be ditching out of here fairly soon. Especially since I have no camping supplies now, and I got to get back somewhere where I'm going to find something to heal with. Spiders have taken up residence in the empty shelves. Kind of hoping there's nothing else up here. Hello? Nothing. Treasure, perhaps? This map shows that Deerwood's old colonial borders. A settlement called New Dunweird is marked in the place of present-day Defiance Bay. Alright, yeah. We're getting the hell out of here for the moment. Ooh, missed that. What is that? Guessing I can't go out that way because the gate's closed. So let's head over here. I need to decide if I want my barbarian to keep light armor or switch to medium armor. Because I don't remember when I was deciding to use a barbarian or not if they were saying that I should use light or medium armor, but I'm starting to think I need to give him a little bit more armor somehow. Because his defense seems crap. What is Carnage? Barbarian's attack becomes so forceful as to impact others around the target enemy. For every successful melee attack, the Barbarian makes reduced damage attack on all other enemies. Ah, so that's what Carnage is. Okay. Yeah, what are you equipped with here? You've got on no boots. You've got a helmet. And you've got hide armor, and that's it. So you're almost kind of like a speedy glass cannon, I'm guessing, and then a deer's kind of more my tank. Alright. Note to self. We're gonna head to Gilded Vale. We're gonna go to the inn.
Hello.
I'd like a room. Got 466 gold, but I probably have some stuff to sell. We're gonna go for Labor's Rest. Labor's Rest. Okay, now, plan.
Hail and well met.
Like to hire some help. Hire a level 1 adventurer or a level 2 adventurer. I'm gonna hire a level 1 adventurer. Oh, do I have to make them? I have to make my own adventurer. Just kind of hoping it would just like make one for me. Alright. I'll make a female since I don't have any. Next. I have something in mind. I'm just looking to see. Bonuses accuracy, deflection, distance advantage. Okay, Wood Elf. You're gonna be a... You're gonna be a ranger. Two times per encounter, successful hobbled or marked prey, giving a ranger and animal companion a damage bonus. I think I liked marked prey when I played this before. Oh, I get to choose what kind of companion. I want a freaking bear. Bear companions have an unusually high damage reduction, giving them superior protection from all forms of damage. Rangers share a literal life bond with their animal companion. When one is wounded, they can sense it and feel intense emotional pain. If an animal or companion is knocked unconscious, partner suffers from bonded grief, affecting accuracy and other stats. If a ranger is killed, the animal companion dies from grief. I don't think the animal companion can actually die. I think they just get knocked down. Usually high damage reduction. What about a boar? Boar companions inflict more damage when they are below 50% endurance. Lions. Ability to terrify enemies with a powerful roar. Stags can activate a melee attack that does damage to all enemies in a small area around a main target. Wolf companions do high damage and can more easily avoid disengagement attacks. Antelope. Antelope companions have naturally superior defenses. Do I want an antelope or a bear? A bear would probably be cooler. I'm gonna take a bear. Animal companion name. Fuzzy. Attributes. Recommended for ranger. Okay, wait a minute. Perception. Contributes to accuracy. Okay. Might. I'll give you a couple boosts of that. I'll give you mostly perception. Give you a bit of dexterity. Go with that. This is just going to be a temporary companion anyway. You are from... You're going to be from Living Lands. And you are a... mercenary? Yeah, we'll make you a mercenary. You look like a mage there. If you're going to be with me, you're going to have a good picture here. Wait a minute. Alright, fine. That works for me.
Yes?
I shall lead us.
Let's go!
Steady does it.
Follow me. Let's go!
Nice and slow.
I've got this. Let's go!
Quickly and quietly.
Ah, you're gonna be.
Watch and learn.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah,
Nice
so that
and
should be
slow.
stoic, I guess. And you're, oh, I gotta name them too? Man. You're gonna be... Lilith, because his first name popped in my head. Done. Alright, enemies. Now I got a damn bear and an archer.
Huh?
You have a hunting bow. You've got Brigadine heavy armor. Heavy armor seems like that would be bad for archery, but what do I know? Recovery speed. Yeah, doesn't it make you slower? You're not going to be in heavy armor here. Hold up. What do I got in the stash? Here, you're not going to be getting attacked. You can wear some hide armor. And actually, your Brigadine armor is not going to be as good as what he has on. And it's heavy, so I don't want my Barbarian to have it. So into the stash for you. And also, I have helmets here. Paddock cap's going to go to Aloth. Oh, you already have a hood. Never mind. Go to Durance. And Deer, you for some reason aren't wearing a helmet, so let's fix that. I'm not sure if a regular helmet actually does anything. It doesn't look like it does. Doesn't seem to affect any kind of damage reduction. Alright. So that's that. Let's save it. Now we need to go to a shop. You don't sell things, do you? I don't
Good day,
remember.
stranger.
What do you have for sale? Camping supplies. I have enough for one camping supply. That's alright. We're gonna sell. Don't need the saber. You could take the Brigadine arm. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on to that for a moment. I'll get my 5 CP for getting rid of that. Kana, I for some reason remember having you in heavy armor, and you actually already have Brigadine armor. I'll just put it back in the stash for now then. Alright. Now, what we're going to do, since I've got a party of 6, we're going to go back and do some quests. Some stuff that shouldn't be as difficult. We're going to go back to the Valewood. I got some stuff to do there, if I remember correctly. Okay, that's Kana, Durance, Adir. Along the eastern road towards Gilded Vale. Okay, that's probably in Black Meadow from the looks of it. That's the temple that we had in Gilded Vale. We're going to go there at some point. Okay, we're looking for an innkeeper that came to harm on a road through Valewood, which may have been the bearer. attack. And actually, we can go over here too, because I got a grappling hook specifically for this thing over here. Use grappling hook. You give the grappling hook a few swings for momentum and let fly, and the hook lodges easily behind a pile of stones at the upper edge of the wall. A few tugs on the rope suggest it will stay put. Climb to the top. To help with the rope, you make your way up the face of the wall and over the side. St. Gyron's horn. Leather armor. Fulvano's gloves. Dexterity +2. Camping supplies. Scrawled letter. I do not think you will ever see this, but you were right, Fulvano. We should have journeyed south together and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world if I might live to hear it. I have put myself out of reach of the beast circling below, but I am done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life I shall be a trapper of wolves. Okay, not sure who this fellow is, but we'll keep that note. Now, we're going to put some leather armor on Liquid here. I'll keep his hide just for the hell of it, but I'm going to put it in the stash, I think. Alright, we got a pry bar. For some reason, that used my grappling hook. I can't reuse the grappling hook, which I find kind of odd, but okay. Wolf hide, I can go in a stash. Fulvano's gloves. The never as famed as he would claim, the Valyrian explorer Fulvano was known as an eccentric who wished to see the world. Where possible, he traveled by foot to gain a local's appreciation for the sights, sounds, and smells of the lands he passed through. In practice, however, Fulvano often claimed that his explorations proved only that the world outside of the Valyrian republics was a foul, smelly place that paled in comparison to his homeland. These gloves are said to have belonged to Fulvano, who often found himself in need of some protection as he climbed harsh terrain or maneuvered through forest. While thick enough to provide some warmth, they are meant first and foremost to be flexible enough not to hinder delicate tasks. Okay, so remind me what dexterity does. Can be used for sleight of hand and fast reactions, and combat affects the character's action speed, fall attacks, spells, and abilities, and contributes to the reflex defense. I'm going to give them to Liquid for now.
Huh?
Should make him attack quicker if I'm figuring that right. Alright, there's nothing else up here I can get to, so we're going back down. From the edge of the wall, you see an old cobblestone road turning south and patchy trees of the Valewood. Your grappling hook and rope are still here, allowing for a relatively easy descent. Climb down. You swing yourself over the side and pick your way back down to the ground level. Okay. We took care of that. Now, Zorup Camp, we were already up there. So we got the Bear Cave and we got these bandits. Let's go visit the bandits. Let's save before we do. The young dwarf tending to the stew looks up, startled as he sees you approach. He drops his ladle, spattering stew across the ground. What? The bandit turns. Get him, you dogs, and make sure our new cook don't run off. Help. Please help Meag. One of the bandits gives Tenfrith a kick as they pass him and he huddles. Okay, there's only 3 of you? Okay, I thought there was going to be 4 of you. Aloth, run up. Durance, wait. You... Let's cast Blessing. You start peppering this guy with arrows. Actually marked prey, this guy. Fuzzy, you come up this way. Kana, you start singing, because I still don't know what the hell that's... I guess it is working. You Frenzy. You move up. Bear, you start attacking this guy. Aloth, I don't think I ever did give you anything to do, so you... use Arcane Assault. Durance, you now can... I need to get you some kind of a missile weapon or something. Okay, good. You two go after the archer. Aloth, you help him. Not sure I like you being where you're at, but okay. Alright, that guy's done. Everybody go kill the bandit. Yeah, that was definitely much easier than the Phantoms.
Right.
Alright, what do we got? We got daggers. We've got a hatchet that can go in the thing. Small shield we don't need. Leather armors we don't need. Vegetable. Speed instant. Max endurance and perception. Okay, I was wondering why they're like 2 piles of that, but it's 2 bodies I'm looting at once. Okay, makes sense. Duh. Let's see, a hunting bow. What are you equipped with over here? Leather armor. Cape. Hood. Snow cap and some money. Alright, we'll give the hood to, since you already have it here, you can wear the hood. And a deer, you already have a cape. And give my archer the cape. Does this look different? I think I like that one better than the other one. Medium armor, 6 minus 30. Okay, yeah, so they're the same thing. It's just cosmetic difference. Snow cap. Remove snow cap crash. Immunity to confusion for 600 seconds. Plus 4 your defense against charm attack. Oh, so, okay. That's useful-ish. I'm gonna hold on to that in the stash. I'm gonna give Gold Rot Chew to a deer here. Vegetables, max endurance. Hold on to the vegetables, you might want that. Scroll of Fan of Flames. Creates a cone of fire in front of the... Okay. Could be an extra Fan of Flames for you. And you Already have a hunting bow, so that can get put away. Inventory management, folks. Alright. What's your story?
Greetings.
By the flame, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck cooking for these ignorant weasels for the rest of my life. Or until they were bored with me, I suppose. Did Pasca send you? She must be beside herself. I must get back at once. But listen, the next time you're in Gildaville, make sure to drop by the Black Hound. I'll let her know what you've done for me, and I'll make sure she'll do right by you in turn. Oh, so you're the dude I was looking for, okay. Oh, to be back in my oven again. Alright, so we need to go back to the innkeeper and wrap that quest up. What kind of stuff's here? Fruit. Max endurance for 300, okay. This tent is empty but for a pair of stained cots and a stink of unwashed bodies. So this is all pretty much, I think, isn't there something you can do in this game with cooking food or something like that? I think there is. So I'm going to put all that in the stash for now. Including what Liquid here has. Endurance, okay.
Yeah.
So that's that. Now, we have a bear to hunt. And I'm feeling fairly confident about things. See up this way. Mr. Bear. Oh, I gotta actually go in a cave. Hope this isn't some deal where, like, this bear has a mate or something in here. Oh boy. That bear's bigger than the one I have. That's a big bear.
Hey.
Alright, guys. Frenzy. You're gonna stand right there and get ready to absorb some damage. Kana, you go back to... Actually, you're just gonna shoot this one enemy. Shoot this thing. Aloth. Just use arcane damage on this thing now. You marked prey this thing. Fuzzy, you go over here and get ready. Durance, go up here, buff everybody. Kana, wait a minute. Oh, shoot. Kana? You're using the wrong weapon set. Ah, shoot. Yeah, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. You go after him. The deer, you start killing it. No, wait a minute. Alright, you shoot. You attack. You attack. Oh, shoot. Aloth, you get out of there. Liquid, you need to attack. Durance, you can sneak in there and get some shots off. Adir, can you knock this thing down? Because he's starting to knock the hell out of you. Aloth, attack. Alright, got him. I gotta check, like, AI scripts or something. What's going on, Maddox?
Huh?
How are you doing today? Alright, bear's done. Mice crawl through eye sockets and over femurs. Cave coral. A figure drifts suspended in musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist in cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. Let's reach out. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In a moment of contact, you feel as if you have been struck a blow, head reeling as you tumble helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the vale, hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern, and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You know, or you follow, heart hammering in your chest as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There is a roar like thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, towards light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden, terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, and fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain, but in a moment of terrible clarity, you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. And then there is a great dark shape above you, and then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the specter lingers. In the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. I met him on the road, your friend. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like smoke. I'll find him and see that he answers for what he's done to you. For a moment, the spirit seems to burn brightly, and your head fills with a sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of its own exultation, growing fainter and fainter until you are alone once more.
Are you feeling unwell? You were behaving a little oddly.
I'm a watcher. A true speaker for the dead. I never thought I'd meet one in the flesh. It's not so bad being able to talk to spirits. Well, there's a gilded cover for a dark book. Kana scratches his temple. I suppose that's one way to learn from the past, just ask the spirits outright. Let's move on. Alright, so we need to confront that dude next. But first, a great sword. We're going to put that in our thing there. Alright, we're still in pretty good shape. That's good. So we're done with this area. Alright, back to Gilded Vale to turn some stuff in. Might as well go to the inn first.
Hail, traveler.
Hello and welcome to the innkeeper looks up. Oh, it's you. Tenfrith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tenfrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. So what would you like? I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. We have the finest cook in the Deerwood. So camping supplies are a little bit cheaper now. She's also selling food now. Alright, let's actually sell off a couple things here. I got some junk. Take all that. Take leather armor. You can take that brigandine. You can take that hide. Alright, money. Money's good.
Good day, stranger.
Might as well take a room too. And then again, I don't need one. And 83 gold's expensive. Let's go see what 10 Frith has to say. Ah, it's you, my savior. He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It's so good to be back. Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I've decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets, my dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. Oh, that's a bear hide. Oh wait, did you actually not give me a pie? Or did it end up in my stash somehow? Maybe you ate it already. Alright, that's done. Now, Naughton. Where is your house at? Oh wait, you're at Ingrod's house, I think. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna save this. This might lead to a fight. I don't remember how this goes. There's multiple ways of doing it.
Good day, stranger.
I know what really happened in that bear cave, Naughton. Color drains from Naughton's face. I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. Are you accusing him of something? Ingrod looks to Naughton, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Naughton shakes his head minutely. You see a tremble in his hands. What would make you suggest such a thing? I had a vision in the cave. I saw Pearlie's last moments as he lived them. I saw you cut him with a knife. That's not possible, Naughton stares at you. How could you possibly know? His hand falls to his sword belt. I left no sign. Naughton, wait. Ingrod raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearlie, my husband, he was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Naughton, we met, and I knew I'd found someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We've some coins saved up. You could have it, if you only let us go. Now, if I could trust her, and the guy was abusive, then I would just be like, keep the money. Or I'm taking this to the magistrate. What to do, what to do. I have a moral dilemma here. From reading the text, she sounds kind of sincere to me. Keep the money, use it to start your new life. Ingrid blinks, surprised. Thank you, truly I'm glad you understand. Only here, take this at least. I hope it brings you luck. She looks to Naughton, smiling. We have a long journey ahead of us. I've gained an item, minor ring of deflection. I wish you well on your own travels, stranger. We won't forget this. I got a ring out of it. That's important. Alright. This is like a dodging ring. I'm going to give this to Liquid. I think the way this works, I need to see something here. Fits in here. Quests. Trying to think where you go if you want to see what factions. Journal map. Is it in character? I think there's a way to see what factions are cool with you and which ones aren't. I don't remember how you do it. Ah, well, it's not important right now. I must have looted everything here and it wasn't counting as stealing before, so that's done. Alright, let's see. Kana. Buried Secrets. Mother's Plea. Okay, we're gonna go check out the places that were on the way to Caed Nua. So we're going to go to Magrin's Fork. I think what I'm going to try to do is check out that, Anslock's Compass, and Black Meadow. Accept. I check my phone real quick here. Sure I don't have a text or anything from my girlfriend. I do not. Okay. We pretty much didn't check out anything in this place, I don't think. This is where we found Durance. Your reflection warps and twists in live gleaming Aedra. Ooh, a dead person. Do take care not to knock those over. I jest. Fine Greatsword. Greatsword, two-handed, slow, slash, pierce damage. How much damage does that do compared to what he already has? Liquid here. Interrupt, speed slow. Speed average, speed fast. Actually, you know what? I might give this to Kana, because Kana can use a sword. I keep forgetting about that. Fine S stock, 19 to 27. 1927. Accuracy versus deflection. Accuracy versus deflection. Property's fine. Oh, he's got a fine property too. DR reduction. +4 accuracy. Speed slow. Okay. I guess we'll just hold on to this for now. I think I'm going to stick with my axes for the moment on liquid. Flowers. Young boar. And a boar.
If thou feelest
Whoa, they move quick. Okay, Fuzzy. Go after young boar. Aloth, get back. Durance, get back. Liquid. Frenzy. Kana. Get back. Eater. Adir. Stand there, start attacking. How the hell did I forget to move my archer? Okay, Frenzy, you start hacking up boar. You start shooting arrows at this young boar. Liquid, I don't know what you're doing, but stop it. Yeah, I'm still wondering if Liquid has some kind of AI script I need to set or something, because he, like, will randomly decide not to do anything, it feels like. You get down here, use your thing that'll heal Adir a bit. Aloth, shoot that arcane stuff at them. Okay, someone just leveled up, I think. Lilith. Alright, Lilith. Start going after the boar. Actually, mark the boar. Deer, you start hitting the boar. You hit the boar. You can swing your staff at it. There's no need to waste magic on them. Aloth, you have another arcane assault you can use. Do that. Kana, hit the boar with your gun. Yeah. Now I remember how chants work. A little too late, but I remember it now. Alright, Adir, I gotta watch you. You got lit up a little bit by those boars. Alright, so they're done. Is there anything over here where they were hanging out at? No.
Nice and slow.
Oh shit, I don't know what I just did.
Hello.
Oh, okay, that's a sneak button. I didn't know I had that. I had to hit the map button. I hit Alt instead. Alright, let's go back down this way. Forest Troll. Okay, I was dealing with you with 3 people, so you ought to be nothing with 6. Plus a bear. Deer, you go up for it. We're gonna try to knock this thing down. Knock him down. Go attack it. Kana, you shoot it. Aloth. Arcane Assault.
Right.
Skin. What's body? Fulvano's Amulet. +5 reflex, +25 healing received. Though never famed as he would claim, the Valian explorer Fulvano was known as an eccentric who wished to see the world. Where possible, he traveled by foot to gain a local's appreciation for the sights, sounds, and smells of the land he passed through. In practice, however, Fulvano often claimed that his explorations proved only that the world outside of the Valerian republics was a foul, smelly place that paled in comparison to his homeland. Samuel is said to have belonged to Fulvano. He was a man who much taken with mild superstitions, and his talisman, he said, was a source of luck. It also served more sentimental purpose, for it depicts one of the great ships commonly seen at the docks of his homeland. Okay, I think we're going to give that to Liquid as well. Chewed letter. This piece of parchment is torn and flecked with blood and troll spittle. What little of it remains reads, worried he may have come to harm. Once I reach Defiance Bay, I will hire guides to take me back west in safety and see if we cannot find Fulvano. At present, I regret my eagerness to be away from Gilded Vale. It is very dark. Alright. I don't remember coming across the name Fulvano except for that other guy that was on top of that wall. Alright, you're going to lose your luxurious cape there. Actually, wait a minute, maybe you won't. You know what? Now, hold up. Give that to him. Deer, does you just have a normal cloak? We'll give that to you instead because you're going to need healed being a tank and everything. And Connie, you can have a cape. There you go. Have fun with it. Alright. What's that? Blood moss. There, that one. Get that one. What the hell? I have a name, thank you. Gold Pack Paladin. Ludrana. Okay, everybody. Get out of the trees. Liquid. Frenzy. Deer. Move up. Kana. Keep chanting. Durance. This calls for some spells, I think. Aloth. What do you have here? That's a melee thing. Dazzling lights. Anyone in the area of effect with a brilliant and bewildering pyrotechnic display, increasing their will, leaving them dazed. Foe AoE. Okay, let's use that. To get in a little bit closer, right there. You knock down this paladin. Oh crap, are they flanking me? Yeah, they are. Uh-oh. They're going for my archer. Where's my bear at? I can't see with all this. These trees. Ooh, she got nailed by something, and she's dead. Shit. These guys aren't playing around. Aloth, back up before you get engaged. Deer and Liquid, you guys go after him. My bear is gonna be pissed. Durance, you're gonna... You don't need to heal anybody just yet. Whoops. What do you have in the way of spells here you can use? Did I use Armor of Faith already? I did. Okay, Durance, let's see what you've got here. Increasing might and resolve. Let's try that. Kana. You're not ready yet. Necrotic Lance on Ludrana.
Yeah.
Oh, my bear's in deep crap too. Ooh, Ludrana's almost dead. That messed her up unless something else hit her. Durance. Barbs of Condemnation.
How may I help?
Kana, can you do anything yet? You can. Let's summon some backup. You guys start going after the Paladin. Ludrana, I think, just bit the dust. Man, these Paladins aren't messing around. Kana. Yeah, keep singing. Aloth, what do you got? I'm not playing with these guys. Don't need Mirrored Image, but I'm going to have you use Necrotic Lance on him. Durance. Divine Mark on this one. Well, Divine Mark hit him really hard. Necrotic Lance only grazed him, still did some good damage. Actually, he's dead. Okay, cool. Edir, you still have a knockdown. Let's use it. Here we go. Alright, everybody pile on. Shoot him. Alright, we're alive. Let's level up Lilith. Lilith, you are going to get some survival. Actually, what I should do is maybe give you mechanics a bit here, because I don't have anybody who can do anything mechanic related. Fish's Companion sounds good. Yeah, let's go for Vicious Companion, I think. Try that out. Again, Lilith isn't going to be hanging out with us forever here. So who the hell were these guys? Alright, Great Sword. Mace. Large Shield. Adir, I may give that to you. Mail Armor. Helm. Who still needs helms? You do. I think the rest of you have something. Gold Rot Shoe, I've been giving that to him to hold on to. I keep getting to use it though. Silver Fenning. Ludrana's Grimoire. Oh, she was a mage. I thought she was like some kind of a paladin or something. Sveth. Padded Armor. We'll hold on to that for a moment. Wand. I don't know if that's going to become any good. Only wizards can learn Grimoire spells. I don't remember exactly how this works. I'll figure that out in a second. I know he's going to need it. You found a new Grimoire. Grimoires often contain spells that your wizard may not know. For a small cost, you can learn those spells from the description panel. You may also fill additional Grimoires with different spells. Place them in your wizard's quick item slots to switch them, but be careful. Switching Grimoires will temporarily lock wizards out of spellcasting for several seconds. Okay. Ludrana's orders. It seems I have no choice but to provide you with instruction. Raedric's forces are spread thin, and a road through the wild to the south of Gildavale lies unguarded. Given these favorable circumstances, I'm sure that even you can manage to handle a peasant or two. The archers tell me that Kolsk's men made south after their escape. If you should happen to retrieve one of their number, I may be convinced to forgive your previous mistakes. For last time, you were to keep clear of Defiance Bay. Know that if you cannot be trusted to acquire a useful specimen with even a modicum of discretion, I have no qualms whatsoever about using what materials I have at my disposal instead. Oh. Okay, so this person was trying to capture people for something or other. And they, are not fond of that Kolsk fellow we were hearing about before. Alright, let me see this Grimoire thing. First level. Ghost. Okay, so I can learn these spells from this book. First level wizard spell. Calls a field of unearthly blades into existence, inflicting immediate pierce damage. It will cost 100 copper for Ralof to learn Ghost Blades. How much money do I have? I probably don't have that much. Chill Fog. Cast a blindingly white icy fog into existence, inflicting blindness and freeze damage over time. It's not faux AoE though, it's AoE. And this is Fetid Caress. I think... Let me see how much money I got. I have 399. Faux AoE. I'm going to actually learn Ghost Blades. It's only 100. And I don't have to worry about hitting my party with it. Add new spells to Grimoire before they're available for use. Okay. So his Grimoire is right there. Minor missiles I could use. Dazzling Lights. Sunless Grasp. That sounds like I have to be right next to something. I'm going to take that out and give him Ghost Blades instead. Second level, I only have those 2 spells, so I could learn Fetid Caress, but that's going to cost all my gold to do it, so I'll just hold on to that book for now. Ooh, wait. Large shield for a deer. Deer, what are you using currently? You're using a medium shield. -4 accuracy, 12 deflection. -8 accuracy, 16 deflection. I'm gonna try that. I want you to be a tankish character. Mail armor. Damage resistance, slash and crush. Recovery speed is less. I think I'm gonna keep my leather for the moment. I want him to attack quickly. Alright, let's go with that for now.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
Set up. I guess that's the leaf. I thought that was a body under the trees. Will-o-wisp. Well, I fought you guys earlier. Frenzy. Shouldn't need to do all this for just one of these guys, but... Ah. Kana's getting really good at just one-shotting things with, I guess Lilith helped him, but still.
Sure.
Killed that thing real easy. Oh, wait, there's, what's this? Mushrooms? Orland's Cradle. I see with my little eye. A gate. Set lockpicks. And gold. So nothing too special, but scope out the perimeter. It's a big tower. With a very destroyed house next to it. Hello? Does anybody live here? If they did, they don't anymore. Trying to remember how, like, I think scouting is how you find...
Steady does it.
No, wait, I don't want slow mode. Oh, I can, that's right, I can double speed in this game. I forgot about that. Let's take some vegetables that I'm sure are not rotted at this point. Gold rot chew. Lockpick. Ooh, another grappling hook. And some firewood. Which I'm actually without at the moment. It's good.
Yeah?
Alright, you can stop sneaking around. Yeah? Alright, a little bit more and I actually think we're done with this area. Oh, I am way past... Excuse me. I am way past dealing with young wolves. And again, there's like 45 of them. Oh man, we got the wolf family here. Okay. Aloth, you come back. You move back. You start circling around the front. You frenzy. Adir, you move up. Kana, you sit back. Durance, you come up around here for a moment. Oh, no, you're too close. Aloth. Arcane Assault, you can get a few of them right there. Durance. I need you to buff. I think you got one more Armor of Faith in you. Kana, you chant. You just start shooting things. No. Mark Prey. Bear, you go after him. Okay, Kana, or not Kana, Aloth. You get over here. You're going to, what the hell? Oh, Armor of Flame, okay. Or Faith, whatever it is. You, Fan of Flames right there. Oh, he grazed one wolf out of all that. Damn it. Okay. Aloth, you stay right there. Maybe back up just a hair. Kana, you still got some chanting to do. Durance, you're kind of out of options here. So you stand there because I need to get you some kind of a missile weapon at some point. Suppose you could try to help Liquid. Maybe not suffer for it. Aloth, we have another arcane, whatever this is. You sad. Summon some help. You guys start going after the young wolf and kill it. Aloth, you help them. Excuse me. Okay, he's done. You guys go after that wolf. You go after that wolf. Aloth, you go after that wolf. Adir, you keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Adir, I think we just killed 2 wolves. Adir, you go after that wolf. Or is that actually Liquid? Liquid, you go after that wolf. Durance, you help him. Bear, you go after that wolf. Alright. Getting a little bit better at this. Hey again, Maddox. I'm making some progress today. I got to Caed Nua and started getting my ass kicked a little bit by the phantoms and stuff there. I made it inside, I killed some of them, but I decided to double back a little bit and get some minor quests done. Set AI auto attack. Yeah, I was wondering what the hell was up with the AI. Because it seemed like people were just standing around a lot. Now, how actually do you set that? Because that's what I couldn't find earlier. It's probably not in there, is it? Right click on the head. You mean the AI icon itself? Oh, there it goes. Class behavior, aggressive. Okay, do I worry about auto attack at all? Oh, not class behavior? Oh, auto attack, okay. I see, okay. Got it. And should I do that for everybody then?
Hey.
Yes?
How may I help?
Hmm?
Hmm?
Alright. Yeah, I was trying to figure out the AI earlier. I couldn't figure out how to get into it. I never stopped to figure it out. Alright, some more vegetation. Alright, I think I found everything in this area. So we're gonna head down. I also remembered you can go into fast mode to make walking around quicker. Alright, I'm thinking we'll go to the Black Meadow, because I was on the way to Kainua. And I looked at a little bit of it while I was there. So we'll clear that out first. Forest trolls. Okay, I've dealt with these before. Oh, he's got a buddy. The ranch, you stay back. Bear, you can attack him. Mark prey on that troll for the moment. Aloth, you move over here. Kana, I'm just gonna let you shoot. These things aren't that bad. The ranch, you might as well attack because you're out of spells at the moment. Cane Assault, I might be able to daze him. Deer. That was near death. Won't worry about knocking him down. Knock down on him. Alright, yeah, that's much better. Madmar Bridge, okay. I'll have to check that out. moss. Oh, what were you guys talking about over here? Another bandit camp. Okay.
Great.
Frenzy. I dare you take point. There's how many of you guys? 4 of you. Durance, I really gotta get you rested. You're out of spells. Alof. Wait till your buddy comes in. Okay, there. Where'd your bear go? There's my bear. Okay. Mark prey because he's already attacking this one. Hi, you're by yourself and you're an archer. Not a good combination. Alright, daggers, hatchets, hide armor, leather, deerwood clothing. I'll hold on to it. I don't think I need that for anything though. Hood, Sviff, Black Swan. Remove Black Swan Crash Perception. -2 dexterity, +25 defense against ground attacks. Sorry, we'll hold on to that. Perception might come in handy for something if I need it. Lockpicks, gold, money. Sea Archer got hunting bow, junk, fish. Okay. Someone carved the initials TRS into the log. TRS, I think, was like Dungeons and Dragons, like original company, was it? Greasy chicken bones rattle around the bottom of this crate. Let's see, ale, oil. Raises your constitution, okay. Potion, you might need that. Amethyst can go in the thing. Shipment crate. This battered and heavy crate has been pried open in one corner, but its contents remain within. There is a painted hammer and anvil on the side of it, alongside the words Black Hammer Smithery. Oh yeah, we needed that for something. I need you to deliver our haul for Kerned to sell. He will not speak to you unless you know the words. Oh boy. Yik Nibion Eophion. He's only found in a gift after dark. Okay. I forgot all about that quest. And some money. I think, just in case. We're at camp. Alright, now Durance has his spells back at least. Now let me see. Let's check out the southern area. Let's go this way. Forest Lurker. You're new. And there's 2 of you. Okay. Liquid Frenzy. Deer, move up. Kana, start doing your thing. Iloth, try to daze him. Mark that one.
Stuck.
Whoa, who's stuck? Let's try... Yeah, she's our armor of faith here.
What?
Got it!
Everyone seems like they're okay at the moment.
What?
Man, these things aren't playing around. Oh shoot, did I lose Liquid? I'm damn close to losing Liquid. I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to heal him in time.
No.
Hold on, Liquid. Okay. I think you also... have a potion, use it. Oh, that's right, you have Savage Defiance too, I forgot about that. Alright, good, got what's done.
No good.
I suppose you can knock this guy down, he's awfully big. Oh, you can knock him down, okay. I didn't think that was gonna work.
No.
Drop him. There you go. Awakened Wood. Awakened Wood.
Yeah.
Hidden Wand at the altar. Trees and shrubs have grown up around these ancient bones, shrouding this monument to Galawain beneath their leaves. Like this altar, because I'm not seeing any kind of thing to click on.
Hey.
Oh. Okay. Going stealth increases chances. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Nice and slow.
Actually, wait a minute.
Steady does it.
There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Oh, hell. Okay. I did not know that. Scroll of Nature's Mark. I'll take that for now. It's determined by your mechanic skill. Okay. I actually got this archer that I hired as a hireling for the moment, just to fill out my party, because she was cheap. And I actually was buffing her mechanics a little bit, so that's good. Now let me ask you this, since you know your way around this. Have you ever done like a barbarian build at all? Out of curiosity. Oh wait, you just have like a regular scepter, okay. So that should be better, I would think.
Huh?
Try that out on Elov. No. Stop sneaking around now, guys. Okay. I was just curious, like, if it's better to have a barbarian dual wielding or with a two-handed weapon. Because from what I can tell, barbarians are meant to be like really fast fighters. So I was thinking it was better to go dual wielding. Even though I think I need to give them the actual... There's like a trait or talent or something for that, I think. Mark target. Alright, Adir's in tank mode now. Yeah, I was considering going with fighter again. But when I messed around with this the first time I was using a fighter, I just decided to try something different. Feels like every time I play a game like this, I always go for fighter. So I figured, like, hell, I might as well live a little. Wicked. Okay, I remember Wicks. Oh my, there's a lot of you. Eloth, let's try to daze him.
Okay.
Get back a little bit first, then try to daze him. I was gonna say, Barry, you stuck? Oh, wait a minute. Holy Radiance will work as their vessels. Damn, Durance. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I remember that from the first time I played through, but I couldn't remember if it was vessels or spirits until just now. That worked out very nicely. Dead Adventurer, Dweirdian clothing. Copper. Fulvano's boots. Constitution. Alright, I actually think I'm going to give the boots to Liquid. Because he needs some. And Constitution, I believe, is supposed to be important to barbarians.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go this way. Now what? Spiders. Okay, I fought spiders before. Shouldn't be that bad. Ooh, Durance, get out of there. Alright, stay there because you're going to get in disengagement thing, I think, if you don't. Alright, those are weak. That's good. Another dead person. You won't be needing that anymore. Sis. Mushrooms. Another camp with a dead body at it. I'm gonna save it. Okay, I guess this is a camp with the dead bodies. Fine hunting bow. Okay, I know exactly who can have that. Lilith. Throw it out in his stash. Spare bedroll was laid out in his tent, but there's no other sign of Kith. Hello, Stag. How you doing? Wow, you're awfully friendly. This overturned cart bristles with crossbow bolts, bloodstains darken the cracked wooden slats. You know, maybe I should kill it anyway, because I'm actually... My barbarian's got a hunter background, so... It actually makes sense to kill an innocent animal. Beautiful.
Right.
Hey buddy, where'd you go? You still down here? Must have ran away from the fighting. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, you do me a favor. I'm gonna hunt you.
Hey.
So you just stay right there.
What?
Don't mind the bear that's creeping up on you. No, I need you to stay here.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, it does. I just leveled up. Alright, let's see. Skills. Previously earned bonuses become more powerful, so that if I go with another thing as survival, I'm going to get another damage reduction, which is probably good for my barbarian. I'll give him an athletics too, for the hell of it. Oh, you can't see it? Oh, hold up a second. You know what? You're right. When I was testing this, I had it off a while back. I forgot to turn it back on. I meant to do that. Thank you for the heads up. Alright, accurate carnage. See it now, right? There it goes. Accurate carnage. Barbarian learns to line up his or her most savage blows, improving the accuracy of secondary attacks from carnage. Barbaric blow. Barbarian deals a massive blow, causing additional crits and extra damage on crits. That sounds nice. Once per encounter, though. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Forgot about that. Let me see. 2 weapon style. Yeah, I'll go with 2 weapon style. I actually completely forgot I wanted to do that. It's good having a second pair of eyes here. Alright, what else we got going on here? I think that's it for this place. Now, there's the bridge and there's the compass. I think I'm going to try... I know I have a quest at the compass. Actually, what I could do is go back to Gilded Vale real quick. Because I have something to turn in. Go bridge first? Alright. Whoa, Jesus. It's a nice little welcome. The deer's ready to level up. Alright, now typically for a tank, what would you recommend? Like survival? So they get that damage reduction? Whenever they camp? Okay. And I'll save the 3 points. Now for him... Hold the line to increase an engagement limit. All into survival. Yeah, I think that's what I did last time, too. I did a lot of reading up on this, and I forgot everything I read about it from last time. Oh, yeah. Weapon and shield. Senior defensive. Wait, where is it? Ah, here we go. Equip shield deflection bonuses are increased and grant an equal bonus to the character's reflex. And it's passive too, so I don't have to manage it. That's cool. Alright, we'll go with that. Keep that crap for selling. Save it. You take 1 second to make sure I don't have any texts from my girlfriend about anything important. Okay, I don't. Go for a little while longer here, and I'm probably gonna stop for today. Made some decent progress. I have an actual party now, and I've learned a lot. Yeah, you've been a lot of help, Maddox. Thank you. Seriously. Damn looters can't be bothered to find an honest wage. Curse my luck, the woman mutters, kicking her foot into the ground and upturning a clod of soil. As you approach, her ears twitch and she turns to greet you. Hail, travelers, she says with a half-hearted hand wave. The bridge to Defiance Bay is out. If that's where you're headed, you'll need to find another route. What destroyed the bridge? The river has been rising on account of all the storms. Here, where the river narrows, the flooding did the most damage. The Orland woman folds her arms, a scowl overtaking her face. Guess they don't make things last around here, do they? One of the stone columns collapsed in a flash flood, taking the whole middle section of the bridge out to sea. Madmere Bridge was the most direct route from Gilded Vale to Defiance Bay. Merchants and travelers now have to find boat passage or add days of extra travel to loop around the bay. So I started a ferry service, thinking I'd earn some coin and help others cross over to the bay. Peregrine shakes her head, her ears twitching as she speaks. And that was a bigger mistake than that time I allowed a cipher to court me. Mistake, how so? I've been attempting to turn a quick copper, but she bites her lip, her face turning flush with anger. Just my luck, the blasted currents threw my ferry into the rocks, dashed it and my profits to pieces. Making matters worse, when I went to prowl ashore to salvage whatever shipping crates didn't sink, a pair of looters attacked me. She stomps her foot into the ground. The damn brigands had the nerve to attack. I managed to avoid harm, but now they have stolen by force all that is left of my fortune. She eyes you for a long second, her hand cupping her chin. You know, you look like you'd fare better against those looters than little old me. Could I enlist your help? I will take a look. Peregrine smiles wide, her ears perking up. Thank you. I'm sure those thugs have made a mess of my stock, but maybe there's something there to be saved. While I'm here, how do I get to Defiance Bay? With the bridge destroyed, the best course of action would be to following the river north. You'll be able to cross further upstream, but you've got a long walk ahead of you. Goodbye. There's Zaribs everywhere. These things aren't that bad, at least, though. I'll take your things. Maggots squirm amidst the deer's entrails. Troll. Ooh, that's not a forest troll. That one looks bigger. Let's back her up, use Mark. Don't know if this thing can be dazed, but we'll try it. Connie, you might as well shoot it. It's only one of them. Frenzy. Okay, that was easy. This isn't that big of an area. I think I'll clear this area out and then I'll stop for today. Looks like a dead end. Ooh, Durant, you gotta stop running up ahead, buddy. Oh, shit. Not a good place for you to be.
Yes?
Alright, Aloth, you got anything you can do here? I need to get this guy out of my way.
Huh?
I actually think I remember there being a fight down here. Oh yeah. Gathered around the soggy timbers of a ship wreckage, men and women pick through the driftwood, snatching muddy silverware, moldy clothes, chipped pottery, and anything they can spot among the detritus. All eyes turn to you as you approach. The group trade nervous stares at you until at last a woman in muddy clothes steps forward and speaks. "Where are Betrol and Turan?" she says. "They were just up along a path and we heard fighting." Her eyes narrow and a hand moves toward a knife on her belt as she anticipates your reply. "They attacked us. It was a matter of self-defense." You killed them?" You see Hanwen's eyes tear up before she buries her face in her hands. The men and women around her take a step back, eyeing you cautiously. Hanwen looks up, wiping her eyes. "You speak of self-defense. Well, we are defending ourselves from this storm." Her voice rises and her face grows flushed with emotion. "Floods took our entire farm. We have nothing left, nothing. No food, no roof, and now I don't even have my cousins." She throws her up her hands in despair. "We don't want to fight you. We have lost enough already. Please, just leave us." I came here investigating some missing cargo. We mistook your cousins for looters." She blinks in disbelief. Excuse me. "Looting, but this is a wreck. What value does it have?" The men and women all turn to her, their faces frightened and worried. "Please, we need these supplies dearly. The storm took everything from us. It's not our desire to steal, but we are destitute. Should we let these wares just sink to the river bottom?" I feel bad for him. "I'm sorry for your misfortune. Can I help?" Perhaps you could tell the merchant you found nothing beyond bits of driftwood. From her point of view, it would be as if the river washed it all away. Besides, how much copper will she really make by selling these rotting clothes and soiled wares? "I'll see what I can do." "Thank you," she sighs, wiping sweat from her brow. "You are the first turn of good fortune to come our way in a very long time." Hanwen snaps her fingers at one of her comrades and points to a pile of supplies drying in the sun. "We don't have much, but take this as a token of our thanks." I'm such a nice guy. The frayed end of the rope drifts in the river. Oh, there you are. Peregrine bounces on her feet at your approach. "My helpful stranger returns. Have you managed to find anything yet? Even if all you found is driftwood, just knowing these looters got what they deserved would moisten my breeches." Well, happy to help. "I picked through the wreckage, but I found nothing salvageable. It must have washed away." Peregrine kicks her foot into the dirt several times. "I figured just as much. Well, thank you for your assistance. I suppose I need to figure out how I'll recover my investment." At last her foot stops kicking and she lets out a long sigh. "Thanks for trying. If you find yourself in Defiance Bay, search out my shop. I'll need all the customers I can get." Ooh, we got some level ups. Alof. Now let's give you some survival. Let's see here. I think I was going to give you either Bulwark against the elements or Combusting Wounds. Bonuses to burn, freeze, corrode, and shock damage reductions. I'm going to go with that for now. Talents. I'm leaning towards bonus first level spell. Defensive. You probably don't have anything for that. Utility. Yeah, for the moment, I'm going to give you bonus first level spell. Endurance, whatever your name is, survival. Gains an accuracy bonus from the priest's holy radiance. Receives less healing, but the priest gains a bonus to all attributes of movement. Faithful Mogren gain an accuracy bonus with Sword and Arquebus and can cast a special version of Burst of Summer Flame. Condemns the priest's foes, and enemies take burn damage. Vessels take increased burn damage. I'm going to go with that for the moment. That way, if for some reason he runs out of spells again, he's got something he can do. But I need to re-equip him with something, I think, at some point. Oh, you're a Kickstarter person. So are you too. Take some of that. More junk for the pile. Oh, wait. Fine hatchet. Camping supplies, can always use those. Actually, the hatchet, I can replace my normal hatchet with that for liquid. Get rid of that.
Yeah.
Easy way to get to Defiance Bay. Before the floods, anyway.
And you're another Kickstarter. Alright, I think we've been through this area. Looks like it. Alright, it is 12